I am super stoked for today's video because I've been playing with the Alter Ego Artemis palette for quite a while now and I am loving it. This is the perfect fall palette. Yes, it is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, but I've never bought a Natasha Denona palette. I'm sure they're beautiful. I've heard really, really nice things. I'm just not one to spend that much money on eyeshadow because I'm more of like a complexion kind of person personally. So I'm a big, big fan of Alter Ego because their formula is awesome, their pigment is awesome, and of course they're affordable. This palette right here is $22. It comes with 28 beautiful, buttery, delicious shades, and I even have a coupon for you. You can use the code Brittany for 10% off. That is not an affiliate code. I do not make a single penny on that. That is just for you guys to enjoy. So I did take a poll on my Instagram a couple of days ago and I asked you guys if you wanted to see me do a green look or if you wanted me to do a red look, and green won, which I'm happy about because I don't typically do green eyeshadow and I think that the greens in this palette perform beautifully. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just taking the Alter Ego eyeshadow base and I'm gonna go ahead and apply that to the lids. Notice how I don't go in with a ton. You do not need to like cover your entire lid and really pack it on. A little bit goes a long way with eyeshadow primer. Theo says hi, if you guys heard that quacking noise. That is my Persian cat Theo. So starting out with this shade right here, which is called Hunt. It's a really nice mustardy yellow, which I think is a perfect transition color, especially for the fall. And I'm just grabbing that on my Wet n Wild P20 brush. Like I said, these are very, very pigmented. So all I'm doing is dipping once, wiping off the excess while the upstairs neighbors start to vacuum, of course, as I film a video. And I'm just gonna look down. This palette does have a mirror. So I'm gonna look down since my eyes are very hooded. I talked about this in a recent video. I recently got Botox. It's in full effect. So I can't really raise my eyebrows that much, which is typically how I kind of see where I should place my shadow. So instead, I'm gonna look down and see where that darkness is, where my orbital bone is. Hopefully you guys can see that on camera. There's just a little bit of darkness in this area and that's what I follow. And I am gonna bring that all the way in to the inner corner. I just scooted the chair up quite a bit. I feel like I was way too far back. I can't stand it when I watch eyeshadow tutorials when someone's super far back, so sorry about that. So now that we have Hunt in the crease area on both eyes, that just kind of lays out the foundation for the shape I'm gonna go for. That's why I like to do my crease color first, but do whatever works for you. I'm gonna move on to working on the actual lid now. I wanna add a little bit of depth into the outer corner before I go in with the all over green, and then we're adding a little bit of gold as well. So what I'm doing is I'm taking Stealth, which is this shade right here. It's kind of a bluish greenish, and it's got, I think it has a little bit of a sheen to it. I feel like all of these except for Hunt and then Entice right here, the two kind of transition shades, have kind of a little bit of a sheen to it. I don't know, maybe it's just the texture, but regardless, the color is beautiful. So I'm gonna grab my Alter Ego number 4 brush and I'm gonna dip right into Stealth. And let me try to show you guys. It's hard to do this well on camera. I just kind of do that and then work off any excess so there's not too much. I never want to go in with a ton of product at once because then I'm gonna have to work like crazy to blend it out. I'd much rather go in with a little bit of product and then work my way up. So I'm really just gonna kind of keep this on the outer corner. So I'm just stamping on, dipping into a little bit more. And I'm just gonna slowly pull up, basically to where my natural crease is. And notice how I'm not really extending this farther out than where my actual lower lash line would carry up. that's just gonna give me a little bit of a lift to my eyes, which I like. And trust me, I know this isn't pretty, but it will all come together when we start blending. I'm just kind of going in and placing the colors to start. So next shade we're going in with is Silent right here, which is a really, really pretty kind of foresty green color. For some reason, it kind of comes off lime green on camera, but in real life, it's foresty green. And I'm just gonna take that on this Sigma E27 brush, and I'm gonna kind of tap right over Stealth. And again, I'm just doing this to build dimension. I feel like the Stealth color pulls a little too blue. See how that's just kind of turning it a little more green? I just feel like this brings back the green tone that I'm looking for. I'm even gonna kind of start bringing that into the crease a little bit. I really like this Sigma brush, the E27, because I can kind of blend with it as well as place the color down. All right, cool. So next shade we're going in with is Quest. This is probably my favorite shade in the palette. It's so pretty. It's a shimmery forest green color. It looks very similar actually to Silent, but on camera for some reason it doesn't. So taking that same Sigma E27 brush, I'm just gonna start dipping into Quest. You could use your finger if you wanted to do this as well, if that was easier, but since I have the brush in front of me, that's what I'm gonna use, and I haven't done any of my base makeup, so I don't mind the fallout. There is a bit of fallout with shimmery shades in this palette. And now I'm just gonna take this right over the line that the Silent and Stealth shade kind of come together, so it blends, and then I'm gonna pull this basically all the way across the lid to basically the inner corner. I just kind of ease up when I'm kind of adding color into like the crease area. I'm not putting quite as much pressure down. Just kind of shaping the lid. I'm just gonna leave a little bit open on the inner corner because we're gonna go in with a gold. So now I'm gonna go in and kind of blend the edges because that looks very harsh and I can't continue until that kind of comes together. So I'm gonna grab my MAC 222 and I'm gonna hold my brush out like that so I don't remove any of the color on the lid, and I'm just gonna start to blend those edges. If you need to, you can add a little bit more Hunt as well. All right, so now that we've blended that out, I'm gonna take a little bit of Spear in the palette, which is like a yellowy greenish gold that complements the green perfectly. And I'm grabbing that on an Alter Ego number 6 brush, and I'm just gonna dab in there and add that right to this inner corner area. And again, I'm feathering it over so it all kind of blends into one. And then finally, with a clean brush, I'm gonna take a little bit of Obscure, which is just kind of the highlighty shade in the palette. This is a Morphe M506, and I'm gonna place that right in the inner corner to bring a little lightness. All right, and then finally with a clean brush, I'm just gonna blend all of these edges a little bit more. I feel like this is not coming off on camera as beautiful as it looks in real life. It looks so pretty and soft. It has a little bit of dimension with the shimmer, but not too much. And I feel like it's kind of coming off matte on camera for some strange reason, but I just went ahead and cleaned up any of the fallout. So I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup off camera. I'll leave all those details down below. I'm also gonna test out the Alter Ego lashes. I haven't played with them yet, but they launched a whole bunch of lashes that they sent me, so I'm super excited to try that. And then I'll come back on here and we'll finish up the lower lash line together. But this is definitely a different kind of look for me, but I think it's super, super pretty. So I'm gonna do all that and I will be right back here. Here we are about an hour later. I forgot how long it takes to do my makeup when I'm doing more of an intense eye look to kind of balance things out, but we made it. I did choose the Alter Ego Celeb lashes. These are beautiful. I love the effect, but they are definitely intense. I totally forgot what intense lashes look like because I haven't worn intense lashes in such a long time. I've been using the Kiss like naked lashes. These are beautiful. They went on super easy, which is really important. The band is really flexible, but it's stable enough to pop on the lid, which I like a lot. But I can definitely feel them when I like look up like that. So they're a little bit long for me, but that's okay. I really like the effect. I think you guys will really enjoy these as well. So let's go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. I'm pretty much just gonna follow the same steps. I'm gonna start though with silent and work that all the way under the eye. And then I'll probably add a little bit of prowl and stealth on the outer corner. And then I'll just round out that inner corner with a little bit of, what did we go in with? Spear. So to start that out, I'm just gonna grab this old MAC brush. I can't remember the number of this, it's rubbed off, but it's a very, very tiny brush because I don't wanna blend this too far down. I don't wanna like drag my eye down. So I'm just gonna look up and grab a little bit of silent and pack that all the way from the outer corner to basically where my tear duct starts. So now I'm grabbing my Alter Ego number 7 brush, which is just a true pencil style brush. It's a little bit thicker than something like a MAC 219, which is what I want because now I want to blend that out a little bit. So I dipped this into Hunt, which is that mustard brownie yellowy shade that we started the tutorial with. And I'm just gonna kind of use that to blend right under silent. All right, and finally with a MAC 212, I think that's what this is just a flat liner brush. I'm going into Stealth, and like I said, I'm gonna add that on only the outer corner, just kind of connecting from the bottom lash line to the upper. And then I just cleaned off that Alter Ego number 8, and I'm gonna actually go in with, instead of Spear, I'm gonna go back in with Obscure, which is what we use to highlight the inner corner. And I'm just gonna bring that down. Maybe I'm gonna grab a little bit of Spear actually and just kind of add that right there. All right, so I'm gonna finish up the lower lash line with a little bit of brown liner. This is the e.l.f. Coffee Liner, and then I'm gonna go ahead and throw on a little bit of my Thrive liquid lash extensions in black, which is called Bryn, on the lower lash line, and this look will be complete. Wow, that is such a rich brown on the lower lash line. I've never added this to the lower lash line, and wow, is that intense. I'm really into that. I ended up actually going in with a brown mascara on the lower lash line. This is the ColourPop BFF mascara in Brownie Points, and I love that I did that because I feel like it's making my blue eyes pop, and it's a little bit different. It's always interesting when you throw a colored mascara in there, and I think it really plays up that brown liner beautifully. So that is it for this one, you guys. This was so fun to create. I wish you could see how the shimmer looks in real life. I feel like the camera just isn't quite picking it up like it looks in real life. It's truly, truly stunning. You guys know how much I like Alter Ego. If you are looking for a fall palette that has a ton of different shades, that blends well, that's pigmented, that's beautiful, pick this up. Again, it's only $22 and you can use my code Brittany for 10% off. So that is it for this one. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you learned something, or I hope you just got to relax and watch me do some eyeshadow today. So let me know if you have questions down below. Otherwise, if you're interested in seeing any more videos from me, please subscribe. It means the absolute world to me. I will definitely be doing more looks with this. When I did that Instagram post, I actually went in with Conquer, this red shade. So I'll probably be doing a video on that in the coming few weeks. So make sure to subscribe again if you aren't, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.